All right, all right. Well, Matthew McConaughey, I never really say that, but I guess I'm saying it. It's been a busy day today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you are catching us on social media, so grateful you're here. I'm gonna have a little chat with y'all. We are on this new platform that I'm really excited to test out and give a go. And yeah, so basically this video is on my website. And if you want to interact with me, if you want to ask a live question, if you have a curiosity and you'd like some support in an area of your life you're dealing with, I would love to invite you to come to the website, right, and check it out, katherinemcintosh.com/connect, because I won't be able to interact with you on social media. But if you catch this video on social media and you like it, you are welcome to leave a comment. You're welcome to share it with your friends. But the real meat and potatoes and the juice starts happening when you come on live on the website portion of it, and that's when you can start to interact with me, ask questions, kind of go live. It's pretty cool. So we're giving it a test drive. And so we're going live a lot because things have been shifting in my universe for probably the last year. And for those of you that have been following me for a long time, have been pretty quiet because things were shifting and I needed to kind of give myself permission to allow what wanted to come through without forcing. And I will tell you, it was the most uncomfortable, uncomfortable year of my life. But that also being said, it was also extremely beautiful and extremely rewarding. And I got to focus on the last actually 2 years of my life being a mom and being present with my amazing son who, I obviously adore. Yes, I'm biased. And it's been really great to really spend more time with him, because the first years of his life, even though I was around a lot, I was busy building a business. And his dad, luckily was able to help out a lot, be there a lot, raise him in those, early years. And, he was with me all the time until he wasn't. And, these last 2.5, 3 years, I've had him close to full time, or if not totally full time. And it's been, so rewarding. A lot of people say parenting is hard. And, the only thing I would say in the last year that's been challenging is because I'm kind of a solo parent at the moment, at least physically. So physically, his dad lives far away. Um, I I haven't been able to travel as much as I'm used to, but it's been great. I'm so lucky. So today's topic that I want to talk about, I've been going live. These videos are content for you to absorb, to allow into your system, to listen to see how this information can contribute to your life as you evolve, as you start to be curious about what's next in your life. And I don't know about you, but change is the one thing that is constant in this world. As I shake my head, right? Body language. Change is constant, right? And so, as change is constant, we can either resist that change or we can allow that change to help us evolve and grow. And so, I want to invite each of you to consider that the change is designed to make your life greater. It's not designed to make your life worse. And so, what end of the spectrum do you want to be on? And, the last 10 years, I have been fortunate enough to work with healers and New York Times bestsellers and Hollywood actors and famous top Billboard musicians from all walks of life. And I have had a really cool life. I've had clients in Dubai and London and Paris and, other places. And I just feel so lucky. Really, truly, I feel so lucky. And, you know, as I've navigated sort of being a consultant and an energy worker or just a source of clarity for people, um, I've really looked at what works for everyone. And this is just my own personal opinion, and you can take it or leave it, is most of us were never given the manual at birth with how to listen to our bodies. And so, when you're in a relationship, you learn to listen to your partner, right? When you're in a business transaction, you have to listen to the people in the business transaction. When you're a parent, you have to listen to your children if you would like to contribute to growing them and helping them evolve and discover who they are and grow confidence, right? The best gift as a parent is to listen. And some of the best advice, right? And some of the most successful people in the world, they listen. I was listening to a podcast, I believe it was with Ty Lopez, and he was sharing this moment where he got to be in in a conversation one-on-one with Elon Musk, and Elon Musk asked him what he thought about, I don't know, social media or Snapchat. And this is like a long time ago, right? This is when it was first getting going. And Ty Lopez basically spent 20 minutes sharing with Elon Ty's point of view. And Elon looked at him and said, "Thanks for your opinion," and walked away. And Ty went, "Oh my God, that guy is brilliant. He just listened and he literally pulled out 20 minutes of all of the 20 years of research and information and sort of where I'm sitting with social media." And he just looked at me and said, "Well, I don't know. I don't agree with everything you just said, but thanks for the information," and walked away. And Ty went, "Oh my God. I just was sitting with the most one of the most brilliant people in the world. Instead of figuring out what he knows and getting 20 minutes of information from him by listening, I just spent 20 minutes talking. Oh my gosh." And so and I am working on this and always working on this, one of the biggest practices that can grow and evolve us is to listen. And we're not given this manual. And the one that I think personally, as somebody who's been a body practitioner, who sort of reads people's bodies for a living, who gets paid lots of money to help people in their worlds, one of the biggest gifts is listening. And then listening, but specifically to your body, to your gut, to your intuition. And then most people go, "But I'm not listening." I'm like, "No, you're listening. You hear the energy. You're not good at translating what you're hearing." And so, in a relationship where you're both speaking the same language, English, Danish, French, Spanish, right? Portuguese, Dutch, German, whatever it is, right? When you're speaking the same language, you both hear each other. And even sometimes you're speaking the same language and it's a man and a woman, you might not understand what the other person's trying to communicate. It happens all the time. We're not always the best translators, right? And so, because here's the deal, that everybody has a different life experience, a different energetic experience, a different environmental experience. And so, if I'm talking about a topic to somebody, they know the topic I'm talking about, but they have no information about it. They have no frame of reference. They have no experience in that topic that I'm talking about. it's gonna feel like I'm talking a foreign language to them, so I'm gonna have to sort of simplify my language so that they can sort of start to comprehend what I'm talking about. I have to become the translator. And so sometimes with our bodies, right? Like when a Spanish person and a German person gets together and they don't speak the other person's language and they don't speak English or a common language, guess what? They have to find a translator. But energy is also a translator. So smiles are universal, frowns are universal, happiness is universal, anger is universal. We can translate energies by looking at people's facial expressions, by listening to the volume of their we can tell when somebody's arguing, like, I can tell. I'm very good at energy. So when I go to other countries, even if I don't speak that language, I can tell the energy of the conversation. It's a happy conversation. It's a, "Ooh, that's an intense one. That's angry. Oh, that one's pissed off. Oh my god, they're breaking up." Like, I've been in other countries where I don't speak the language, and I know that a couple in a restaurant is having a breakup conversation. Why? Because 'Cause I'm translating the energy. And so, when it comes to our physical bodies don't speak words. We have to translate, and it's by getting familiar, getting curious, by slowing down enough to be willing to listen to what is our body communicating, what is our body saying. And so I want to invite you to consider that you are listening. You are listening, right? When you have a backache and you're like, oh my god, my back hurts, you're listening. It might not be what you want to hear. But now comes the translation. What is that like back, that pain, that intensity, that headache, that frustration, that lethargy? What is it trying to communicate? And now you have to start to be curious about the energy so you can begin to translate. But here's the deal, translating the body is starting to become familiar from no point of view, no judgment, no conclusion. What's the energetic information? So a back pain is an intensity. What's the energetic information? Ooh, it's not happy. Okay, cool. So if it's not happy, what's underneath not being happy? Ooh, hiding the fact that they're miserable in their job. Okay, if they're miserable in their job, what's underneath the fact that they're miserable in their job? Oh my God, they don't feel like they're making enough money. Oh my gosh, so what's underneath the fact that they're not making enough money? Oh, they feel less than in their relationship and they feel like they can't be a good provider. Ooh. And so what's underneath that? Do you guys see how this works? Translating. And the way that you translate is you get curious about what's underneath. And so they go, "Oh, they don't feel like a good provider. They don't feel confident. They're worried about their relationship, and now they're not having sex with their woman, and their woman feels like they're not loved, all because they're not making enough money." And so this pain in the back has a lot of information when you get curious, right? Now, I'm making that up, but I have had real life situations with clients who I've been working with, either virtually or in person, right? Lot of really well-known people that fly into Aspen to work with me and have sessions with me, and I feel so fortunate. I feel so lucky to do what I do. I'm simply a curiosity translator. I love the information that our bodies give us. Now, I'm not always great at translating my own body. Why? Because I'm invested in the energy. I'm like, I don't want a backache, right? I don't want a pain in my neck. But when we can slow down enough to get curious, to take a moment, to take a breath, to touch our physical bodies, to slow down, to be present, and then we can get curious. Wow, that shoulder, right? Ooh, man, it's my left shoulder. Ooh, yeah, that ooh, wow, I can really feel that. What's it saying to me? And then you just kinda close your eyes and go inside. Like, I mean, this is a real life story, live time. Yesterday I was no, yesterday, the day before. Yeah, yesterday I couldn't even move. The day before I was snowboarding with my son. I don't snowboard a lot. I'm decent snowboarder, but I am by no means excellent. I would say I'm a very good skier. I can keep up. But in terms of snowboarding, I don't feel as confident. I'm a decent snowboarder, but I just don't feel I'm always like, oh, oh. And so I was filming my son and he was doing jumps and rails and tricks. And, I got a little too close filming, and it was his first time that he fell off the rail. He did like 20 rails, right? 19, he frickin' nailed. Number 20, and it was the only one I got too close on. Really cute. I got too close to him. He fell off the rail and basically almost, well, he went right in front of me and I ended up like running into him and toppling over. Hurt him, hurt me. Really tweaked out my neck. And I was talking to a friend of mine and she said, "Well, what was your body trying to knock out of you?" And I was like, "Well, that reads right." The other thing that I was looking at is like, wow, what am I ready to let go of? Like, what have I been shouldering and I'm ready to let go of it and I've been making letting go of it wrong. And I was like, "Oh, there's an energy, right?" And so notice, I'm listening. I hear the energy. I don't yet have the translation for that energy, but you don't always need the translation of the energy. You need to acknowledge. And so if you think of a couple and they're in a huge fight, right? And the whole reason fights escalate is because both parties are trying to be right and prove their point. But imagine that one person in that party lowers their barriers, gets really big energetically, softens their energy, and instead of an energetic fight, they do an energetic, like, receive, opening, letting go. And the person upset and angry and frustrated is just spewing their frustration. And the person says, "I hear you. That would be really tough. And you have every right to be angry. And I am so sorry." Right there, it would end the fight, right? It's a listening. It's an acknowledging what you heard. Wow, I hear that you are so upset, and guess what? You have every right to be. I would be hurt too. I'm so sorry. That would end almost every fight. And so when the body is trying to communicate an energy, and guess what? It starts soft and then you don't listen, so it turns up the volume, and then you don't listen, so it turns up the volume. Like if you have for those of you who are parents who have kids and they say, "Mommy," ignore mommy, ignore mommy, ignore mommy, ignore mommy, right? They turn up the volume to get your attention. The body's no different. It turns up the volume of pain, the volume of frustration, the weight gain, whatever it is, the hormone imbalances, right? Frustration with the job, right? It turns up the volume to get you to listen because you're not listening. And the minute you go, "Oh, I hear you. Wow, you're really angry," or "Wow, you got a lot to say. I'm going to get curious about what's underneath that pain. I'm going to get curious about what's underneath that thing." Right? And so there is no wrongness, my friends. It literally is taking a moment in time to begin to translate the energy that you're aware of. And most people come to me and they say, "Catherine, I'm not listening." I'm like, "No, you're listening. Please acknowledge that you're listening. You're just not translating it. You've decided that you're not listening because you can't translate the energy. Please acknowledge you're listening. You just haven't yet developed the skills or the patience, or you haven't sat long enough with the energetic communication to translate it. So take a moment to acknowledge you are listening. You might need some help translating. You might need some time. You might need some space. And I promise you guys, the more that you go, okay, I'm listening. I hear you. It's called pain in my back, right? Or it's called pain in my shoulder. I'm listening, but I could use some help translating. And so how do you start to translate? One is you get really present with your body. And the way that I know how to do that is to take your physical hands and touch your physical body. Close your eyes, take a few breaths, go inside, take some time and just really listen to what wants to come through. And so, my magical friends, wherever you are on this journey, I want to invite you to consider that you are not wrong, that there is nothing wrong with you. You just weren't, none of us were, handed a manual at birth that says, here's the manual you need to be able to listen to your body so you can have the best relationship, so you can love yourself, so you can have confidence, so you can take risks in life and risks in business and risks in relationship, right? And so none of you are wrong. It's just a matter of starting to listen. And here's the deal. Once you start listening, you can start communicating with your body and you can say, "Hey body, I hear that you're like I hear you. You're in pain. Okay. What do you need? What's underneath the pain?" And you start to go, what's underneath that? And what's underneath that? And what's underneath that? And what's underneath that? And then you're like, okay, I hear you. And your body's like, oh my God, we have so much more space. It doesn't hurt anymore. Great. What would you like in return? Wow, I'd like some more money. Can we find all the ways in which and you start to talk to your body. Hey, body, can we increase our vibration to start attracting more money? Hey, body, can we increase our vibration to start to attract a partner? Hey, body, can we increase our vibration to become a better parent? And guess what? The minute you ask the body acts like a dog. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that in a positive way. And dog owners who love their dogs, they get this, right? Dogs are amazing creatures. They have so much love for their owners if the owner is kind. If the owner is abusive, it's a different story. And so unfortunately, a lot of you have been abusive owners of your body. You've been treating your body like crap. You've been ignoring it. You haven't been feeding it properly. You've been starving it and then stuffing it, right? And so your body's all over the map. And then you're getting pissed off at it because you're not taking proper care of it. But guess what? The body wakes up and it's like, I still love you. I'll still do anything you ask me to. And so once you start to develop this relationship with your body in which you start to practice listening, translating, and then you can practice asking for what you want. And the more you listen to your body, the more it will want to give you what you want, like a really good relationship, gift and receive, feminine and masculine, polarity, right? Polarity creates tension. Tension creates possibility, right? Possibility leads to expansion. A lot of people think polarity is bad. It ain't bad, my friends. Polarity is the reason men and women, right, are attracted to each other, or men and men, or women and women. It doesn't matter, right? Or they and they, them and them, right? It's polarity is what makes you come alive. And here's the deal. Let there be polarity with you and your body. You and your body don't have to be on the same page. They just have to communicate and understand and listen and contribute, gift and receive both ways. both ways. That's how you come alive. So if you've been listening and you are enjoying this conversation, I want to invite you to a 3-day live event with yours truly. And it's coming up really soon. So check it out. I'll actually open it up right now if you're on the website. If you're on social media, come to the website, katherinemcintosh.com/connect, and you can check out this class called Don't Diet, Be Happy. So I wrote a book that was launched in last summer. And it's all about using tools to what? To listen to your body, to translate what it's saying so that you can live and create the body, business, and life of your dreams. So you can have the relationship you want, so you can build the business you want, so you can sort of expand your willingness to receive more money, so you can be creative in your life endeavors, so you can have meaningful, alive, nurturing relationships, business relationships, friendships, significant others, intimate others, however you call it, right? And so this 3-day live event, I've been teaching versions of this event for a long time. And I'm really passionate about being a translator for your body when you're not sure what your body's saying. And I always say to people, like, please don't take what I'm saying as truth. Please filter it through your own vibration. I'm simply the translator, and you can decide if you like what you hear when I'm translating or if you don't like what you hear. And if you don't like what you hear, it may not be true for you, right? Or you might not like what you're hearing, but you're like, oh, that's true. Oh, I don't like what I just heard. Like if you're in a relationship and your significant other has to tell you something that they don't really want to tell you, but they tell you because they love you and they respect you and they honor you and they know they have to have a tough conversation with you. You might not like what you're hearing, but you know what you're hearing is true. And it's going to help you both grow and evolve if you listen and sort of move through it. Same thing. So, this 3-day live event really is quite extraordinary. I won't bore you with the details, but you can click and there's videos and testimonials. There have been people from, gosh, thousands of people from around the world that have done these classes. And, I have yet to have someone take my live class and literally say, now, maybe someone experienced this and they didn't have the guts to say it to my face, but I've never taught a class and had someone say, "I don't like this class. I didn't get anything out of it." I've never had one. Every single person who's ever taken the class has come to me, whether it's the day of ending the class or during the class or weeks or months later, and they share stories of magic that has occurred in their lives because they took that class, how their relationships changed, how their parenting changed, how they got their dream job, how they started like 10 times, making 10 times more than they ever made, how they started traveling the world, how they started getting gifted things out of nowhere, how they moved into their dream home. Like, I mean, things that people experience by taking these classes is quite extraordinary because what we're doing is we're getting rid of the old vibrations, the old stories, the old energies that are no longer in alignment with where you want to go. And then we spend time in this class getting you in alignment with your truth and what's true for you. So check it out. You can join online. And this class used to be a lot more than it is. So check it out. Wanted to do something special for you all. And I'm going to go live again a bunch this week with different topics. So come back to the website, check it out, Katherine McIntosh /connect. And you'll find different ways and different topics. And you can come here and peruse the old videos. And this is going to begin to be a platform where you can get a lot of free resources, a lot of free content to gift you so that you have more energy, more information, more possibilities in your life. My friends, I'm so grateful you're here. Please don't hesitate to reach out. You can peruse the website, check out what else is in coming in the pike. Stay tuned for lots of magical things. And we just started a radio show on Om Times Radio. So I go live every Monday. We're going to start taking live callers in a couple weeks where you can literally ask me any question and I will intuitively download what's coming through. And then you get to filter it through your awareness and whether what I'm sharing with you feels expansive or what I'm sharing with you feels contracted. And, you know, I don't pretend to have all the answers, far from it, but I certainly have 20 years of experience of translating energy with people from all walks of life, from all over the world. It's one of my favorite things to do. And it's one of my favorite things, this 3-day live event, to experience people when they get it and the light bulb goes off in their world and it literally changes their lives. And so those are the moments. And, currently we are doing this class online. So please feel free to join online. Can't wait. And you know what? You'll still get it. You'll get the recordings. I won't bother you with all the details, but check out the webpage. Just click on that Don't Die, Be Happy 3-day live event if you're on the website, um, and see what's in store for you, and come join us. And that's all I got for you. So thanks for joining. We will see you tomorrow. And if this video inspired you, if there's an aha, if there's a question in your world that you'd like more clarity on, send us a message, leave a comment, so we can continue to contribute to you and give you the information that you are asking for to help you grow your life. So thanks for being here. And until next time, see you again.